Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niyatam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. So our Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda used to say that meditation is the highest vocation in life. The most subtle stage of spirituality, the culmination of all study, knowledge is meditation. And going by the response that we have had and everywhere else also. Today everybody wants to do meditation. Study or no study, I want to meditate first. And it is for various reasons. It has had many benefits, many people have experienced and shared. So Gurudev used to say that when I slip outside, I fall. When I slip inside, I rise. One is physically also true. Spiritually, slipping outside means being extroverted. The mind going out through the senses into the world, thinking that happiness is outside, and hence having desires and being attached to things outside. So that is slipping out. Slipping in is to withdraw the attention from everything external and go deeper and deeper within. So that process is what requires a lot of training, study, self-control, all that. Because if that background is not there, instead of slipping inside, I will end up sleeping inside whenever I try to sleep in. And so what we are going to see in this course, there will definitely be practice, steps to meditation, but what will also be important is the preparation, that what we must do through the week. And if you can follow that, you will see the difference in the quality of the meditation. So we will see both the preparation and the practice. And every week you will have some homework to do in the sense of a practice in your daily life. So let us start here. We begin with this question. What is meditation? Okay, before we go into that, how many of you are new to meditation who have never tried any sort of meditation before? Very good. And those of you who have tried, nothing. So those of you who have tried, you may be practicing a certain method. If you like, you can continue that. But what we are going to handle for the next 10 sessions, if you can focus on that, that would be great. Because there are different forms of meditation and then unnecessary confusion should not happen. So that is up to you how you handle this and whatever you are practicing, that is your freedom. So what exactly is meditation? Some of you have practiced, some of you have not, but you must have heard about it. Anyone? Controlling thoughts, withdrawing from thoughts.
Quietening your mind.
Quietening the mind. Thoughtlessness. Generally that's what one thinks. Meditation means there should be no thought.
Focus.
Withdrawing the senses. The result of meditation, peace. Observing thoughts in one direction. So you observe the thought, they just come and go.
Concentrate your energy on it.
focus on one. So there are different things about meditation, different ideas we have. Before we see what meditation is, we need to know what meditation is. Meditation is not. Why? Because depending on our understanding of what is meditation will be the practice. If I feel that the objective of meditation is thoughtlessness, my entire practice will be oriented in that direction. If I feel that the purpose of meditation is to focus, concentrate on one, then whole practice will be according to that. Hence we must know what meditation is, for which we should also know what meditation is not. First and foremost, meditation is not relaxation. Some of these are part of the practice, but that's not the main purpose. Relaxation is a part of this process. But the objective of meditation is not relaxation. Why we are clarifying this is, many times people meditate because they want to have control on blood pressure, cholesterol. Those are anyway going to happen. The objective should not be that. It is not concentration. Even in Yoga Shastra, there is a clear distinction. Dharana means concentration, and Dhyan is the practice of contemplation or meditation. Again, concentration is a part of meditation, there is no doubt in that. But just because I have concentration doesn't mean that I am doing meditation. It is not absorption of the mind, that my mind gets absorbed in some one particular thought or particular work or a certain feeling. It is definitely not special powers of the mind. Don't expect that at the end of the 10 sessions you can read the mind of your spouse. Not possible. If we read our own mind, that is great. Forget reading somebody else's mind. Walking on water, all that. It is not special vision. This is very important because many people judge their progress in meditation by this. Some light is not coming, and somebody tells in my meditation, last session, it was such a powerful blue light, and I felt so peaceful. It was amazing. And peace of that person destroys the peace of this person, because this person wants मुझे तो कोई light आया ही नहीं. It is not some special vision. It may happen to some people if that is their background, if that is their samskar. But it is not necessary it will happen to all. I have never faced any, until now, no light has come to my life. He will tell you to specially visualize one white light. If you try to do that, that itself would be wonderful. Because that's a part of that process. So if these special visions and light and premonition and all that doesn't have to happen. It is not even having darshan of Bhagavan. If the mind has become pure, darshan of Bhagavan will happen. But again, that is not a criteria to know whether I am meditating steadily or not. And definitely it is not thoughtlessness. Objective of meditation is not thoughtlessness. Every night in deep sleep we are doing that. Of course it happens unconsciously. That I become thoughtless in deep sleep. And for some people it happens during the day also, when they are awake. In a lecture many people experience suddenly. And when we talk about Brahman and self, gone. Bouncer, everything goes. So thoughtlessness is not the objective. What is the objective? If every night I am becoming thoughtless, when I wake up, is that transforming me? I am the same person who is waking up. So if all this is not the objective of meditation, then what is? These all can be certain steps, certain stages, and not all, some of them will be. So as Gurudev would say that meditation is to free within, to know the self within, to detach from whatever I am not, and to know who I am. That is the purpose of meditation. Self-knowledge is the purpose of meditation. Today I know myself only as a equipment, the body, the mind, the intellect, and the equipment's condition I feel is my condition. If the body is strong, I feel I am healthy and strong. If the body is sick, I feel I am sick. If the mind has anger, I feel I am very angry. I have no space between me and the body, mind, intellect. Those of you who have studied Vedanta, those of you who have learned Vedanta, you know that. That just like we have any object, where the object is different from me. I am not the watch that I have, I am not the computer that I have, I am not the thermos that I have. Same way, I am not the body that I have. Body is an equipment. Mind is an emotion. I mean, a feeling is an instrument of emotion. So, intellect is an equipment for thought. So, these are my equipment. Completely identified with these, I have forgotten who I am in my true nature. And so, these go up and down, I go up and down with these. So, the purpose is to stand apart. And when I am able to stand apart, then I am able to see that I am something different from these. That is a great freedom. I don't have to anymore be tortured by the state of the body, mind and intellect. Just like anything happens to my car or to my watch, nothing happens to me. That distance between the BMI is what I have to create so that I know who am I other than the BMI. That is the objective of meditation. So concentration, relaxation, they all are a part of the steps to help me to detach from this BMI. To be able to do that, to be able to stand apart from the BMI, the mind must learn to become quiet first. If the mind cannot be quiet, it is disturbed by agitations, by desires, by attachments. It will not be able to stand apart. Just like it is not easy to stand apart from the river. And the flow is so powerful, one is just carried away by that flow. In the same way, mind has so many thoughts. To stand apart is very tough. Hence, the preparatory steps of meditation, you will see concentration, breath observation, all those to help the mind to become quiet. And when that mind becomes quiet, the intellect becomes very sharp. That I can steadily contemplate on my true nature. That I am not the body, mind, intellect, I am the self. This process is the heart of meditation, which we call as contemplation. For which we need to have a quiet mind, a peaceful mind, and for which there is study which is important. Because I should know what to contemplate upon. And that's why Gurudev said it is the last vocation, it is the highest vocation. So this quietude of the mind is a step. Many of us consider that quietude of the mind as the goal of meditation. It is a step, it is a means. Steady contemplation is the step, is the main aspect of meditation. It's a very famous, one of my favorite quotes of Meher Baba is this, that a fast mind is a sick mind. Psychologically fast mind, which goes on chattering, is a mind because of which we feel stressed, we feel exhausted. You know, it is said that the human brain has that energy to light up bulb for a certain number of hours. A lot of energy is produced by this human brain. More the number of thoughts, more the energy is consumed, more dissipation, more exhaustion. By being fast, I don't mean fast in the actions outside. That if I need promptness, I need swiftness, I need. But we mean psychology. Where I am not able to quieten the mind. It is not in my control. The quantity of thoughts is a lot. Slow mind is a sound mind. The slower the thought flow, the better is the grip. Lesser is the impulsiveness. lesser is the wandering, because the mind is slower. And a still mind is the divine mind. Where by stillness we don't mean thoughtlessness, but by stillness we mean a mind which is quiet, which will contemplate steadily. So this much if I understand very, very clearly, then my entire effort will not be just to remove the thoughts. Because one can't remove the thoughts and just end all the thoughts. To know that there are no thoughts also, a thought is required. So absolute thoughtlessness is not the attempt of meditation. So to help us to remember this main objective of meditation is we have coined an acronym which I will just share in some time. The word meditation comes from this Latin word called medit. Medit means to heal. What does meditation heal? As we learn to make the mind quieter and we withdraw from the external, there are different effects of that meditation. Body becomes healthy and strong. Today there is documented evidence of even the grey matter of the brain increasing in case of people who are doing regular meditation. Otherwise, for the grey matter of the brain to increase is not possible. Physically, of course, cholesterol, BP, all that reduces, immunity becomes strong. More importantly, as we meditate, we are paying attention to our own mind. We are not escaping out. We are paying attention to our mind. So much of suppression, repression, negative emotions is there. Fear, insecurity. Those we will start facing and they will go out. It will start healing some of those. Because it's not just a mechanical technique. Forgiveness has a lot of role to play in that. Introspection has a role to play in that. Letting go is a big thing. All those we will be doing so that it heals our difficulties, our confusions, makes the mind very light. Going further, the deeper impurities are 6. Kama, Krodha. Kama is desire, selfishness. Krodha is anger. Lobha, greed. Moha, delusion. Mada, intoxication. And Matsarya, jealousy. Till these 6 are not handled well, to sit down and meditate steadily is very difficult. So in the preparation that we will see today, there will be a method by which these can also be handled in our daily life. And through meditation also then, these get more and more reduced. And ultimately meditation should destroy my ignorance of the self. That's the main objective. If I cannot destroy the ignorance of the self, that I do not know who am I, then meditation has not served its complete purpose. So now this much is the introduction of what is meditation, what are the benefits of meditation. We will go into the acronym. Just to reiterate before the acronym, this fact, that meditation is, the definition of meditation in Vedanta is this line. It's an effortless awareness of my own divinity or my own nature. Swarupasya sahajam bhanam. That's the Sanskrit meaning. Swarupa is my own self. Sahaja means effortless. Bhanam is awareness. Just like today I am aware effortlessly that I am a man or a woman. It is not any effort, it is not a verbal knowledge, it is an intuitive understanding. To understand intuitively in that way that my nature is happiness, peace, love, and that nothing can disturb that, that constant effortless awareness of my true nature, that is called as meditation. So it is also called as the fourth state of consciousness in Vedanta, Turiya Avastha. What are the three states? Waking, dream, deep sleep. Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. Waking, dream and deep sleep. These three are the states in which we go most of the time. But there is that fourth state which we are not aware of, which is actually the basis of all the three. Just like silence is always there even when sound is being produced. But when sound is there, we are not aware of the silence. Same way, being attached to the body, mind, intellect, we are not able to tune up ourselves with that reality, which is the basis of these. Hence, in meditation, we are withdrawing from this waking, dream, deep sleep to experience that fourth state. So that having experienced it, then one knows that that is the true state. And these come and they go. And hence, if I ask you, is meditation a noun or a verb? What will you say? Swamiji, English grammar, Ren and Martin, we forgot long back. It's a difficult question. Noun or a verb? How many say noun? How many say verb? So why is it not a verb? So many of you said it is a noun because we say now I am doing meditation. Meditation is a noun, it is not a verb. So technically speaking, to say I am doing meditation is like saying I am doing waking. I can't do waking. I can be in the waking state, which I hope you are right now. Waking state. I am in the waking state. So that state of awareness, where I am fully aware of myself as I am, is the state of meditation. In a colloquial way, even the practice is called meditation, but technically speaking, the practice is called contemplation. The state which I reach in, because I have withdrawn from everything which is not me, and the state in which I am when I am with myself, that state is called meditation. So, henceforth, we will be using the word contemplation, so that we also become clear in our thinking that contemplation is the practice, meditation is the state. It also will keep us alert, because generally we all keep using I am doing meditation. So now, to understand this gist and to understand what meditation is, this is the acronym. Mind engaged in deep inquiry and total awareness, transcending its own nature. That is the acronym of meditation. So it's not a quietude of the mind alone. It is a mind which is quiet, which is engaged in deep inquiry. That who am I? And being completely aware. Because awareness is my nature. Inside, outside, whatever is happening, just to be aware that awareness is my nature. When I do both these, what happens? Transcend its own nature. Mind will transcend its own nature, where I will come to know that mind is only an equipment. I am something else. Hence, this is a beautiful acronym of meditation, and once I understand this, I must memorize this, so that when I am sitting in that seat of contemplation, I know that this is what I have to achieve. And I will not stop with some of the means. Right till the end I have to go. That ultimate goal has to be clear. So now what are the steps in this process of contemplation? For memory aid to remember, we have made these steps, we have made 10 steps. Preparation and posture is the first step. I am just going to enumerate right now. Through the course, we will be seeing these 10 steps. Auto-suggestion is the second one. Present moment awareness, third step. Relaxation of the body, fourth. Breath observation, fifth. Invocation, prayer, sixth. Concentration is the seventh. We have given mantra. You can use any support for concentration if you have been used to anything else. Contemplation on the nature of the self. Witness and silence. These are 10 steps in contemplation. Our practice also will go by these steps. And if you see these steps, all these steps are withdrawing from the external, going within, to deeper and deeper within. Which is what is slipping inside, freaking inside, going deep within. So you will need to remember these 10 steps, because the process is this. What after what after what, it keeps going like that. And if this process is followed, contemplation becomes easy. Many obstacles which come on the way, sleeping, wandering of the mind, restlessness, anxiety, those will not happen. But if we straight away jump, let us say some people, we all have tried that. We straight away take a mala, start doing japa, and then we say, no, mind is wandering. Because we are doing the step number 7 straight. Just closing the eyes and starting a technique without going through the initial steps will possibly create certain difficulties. Even in yoga you will see there are a lot of preparation before we come to dhyan. Dhyan is 7th step. Yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana. 6 steps before that. Then comes dhyan. So now in the preparation, as I said, before we learn to transcend the BMI, the body, mind, intellect must be integrated. What is that which makes our BMI disintegrated? Where body is in one place, mind is somewhere else, intellect is desiring something else. Generally there is a dissipation, which is what we call disintegration. So the first step in preparation is to integrate the body, mind and intellect. And that I should learn to do through the day before I can do in meditation. So I am going to share with you this small clip of Gurudev from this very nice talk of his called Logic of Spirituality, where he explains through a nice example of his own life that how disintegration of body, mind, intellect happens. And once we understand that, then we will see the solution how to integrate the body.
Even though I am allowed to say that the body, mind and intellect are mine, honestly speaking, I belong to them. I'm not a slave. The local constitution may give you all the freedom. It's the freedom of the slave. None of us is free. All of us are after silent slaves, hapless slaves, miserable slaves to our own physical, mental and intellectual persecution. If one is a mind, just because I say, oh, yeah, You cannot, it is not possible for us to stand apart. We are whipped by the Viyama. I am a diabetic. I am not allowed to eat sweets which I love. People invite me for Bhiksha. An Indian Bhiksha means a feast, and in the feast in India, unless there are 3 or 4 types of sweets, it is not a sweet feast. They invite me. Everybody is in taking their own food. Buffet. And that's for the Swami's special table. Because we don't know what the Swami would need, so we as I am going nearer the table, I see 3 beautiful, enchanting sweets, homemade sweets. My body says, Swami, Yeti, there is beautiful sweets. This is the time. These people don't know. They have presented to you. Eat. It is a no, I says, okay, we will do it. Let us finish the other part of the food and then the sweet, the last, so that this will linger in your mind. Only Gujaratis can take sweets in between to remind them that there is sweet in the world. We want to take it last so that it can linger it. And you start taking this. And everybody is trying to put something in your plate, and therefore your attention must be there, or else you will be drowned in food. So when you are there at that, and after finishing at last item when it comes, you look at that beautiful sacred place on your left, where the sweets were, all of them have disappeared. Why? Even though the host doesn't know that I should not take sweets, the useless ones that come with me, they are called the devotees. They to save the Swami, they take it away. Supposing they are there, and the body says, come on now at least. I lift. My mind says, don't. And the intellect repeats to me, which all the doctors, specialists all over the world has again and again repeated to me, that this is the most beautiful disease that a man can get, because there will be no pain at all, but slowly it destroys all your organs one by one, and thereafter a time would come when liver is not working, and if liver is not working, then the kidney fails, then the pancreas is long gone, and then slowly kidney fails, therefore liquid water in you is not going, and therefore it will flood in your own lungs, and until at last you will die in your own juice. No pain, but you just die. All this they have told me. All this the intellect has understood and remembered. And so the intellect says, don't do that, don't do that. The mind says, please. And the body says, come on. Think. Now, if I satisfy the body demand and eat it, let us say, I ate half of it. That day I had to live that day, isn't it? Now I can't run away from my mind and intellect. They are constantly with me. During the day, let us say that I was so busy that I have no time to listen to my mind. Okay, but I have to go to bed. The moment my head hits the pillow, The mind says, why did you do it? And the intellect repeats all that what the doctors have said, that your liver is crumbling, your kidney is stopping, your eyesight is good, you hear, you know, you hear vegetable, all that because you ate. Now the sugar has gone. Gone up in your blood. And the blood. Both of them kick me. And I can't run. If anybody else is criticizing, you can do something. This is no remedy. Because it is your own mind and intellect. These two start persecuting. Suppose I did not eat. Mind congratulates me. Intellect is so happy. But my body. Aren't you ashamed, Swami? Are you not ashamed? What is wrong if you eat? You will die. Stupid. What an avidya you have got, ignorance you have got. Don't you know that since you are born, you have to die? Why don't you die sweetly? What is wrong? You should have it, should have. So, if I don't eat, body criticizes. If I eat, mind and intellect together as a combination. Anyway, I get the whip. Okay. What can I do? This, I am giving one example. You know, that girl, that drink, that party, anything, that house, that property. The body wants it, the mind wants it, or the intellect wants it, and then the other two say no. The mind wants it. I know that beautiful house. The intellect says no, it's very costly. And the physical body says the present house is quite all right. You are always right and you will never do anything that I want. You are unsympathetic, you are no imagination. If I got that house, this house, what are you going to get even if you sell it? But that house after 3 years, that's a beautiful place, a beautiful house, and therefore prices will go up, and then you can put the whole money, $1 million in the bank, all because my advice you follow. Let us purchase that. Is it now? Thus, being persecuted by the BMI and the tantalizing, engaging, beautiful, enchanting objects of the outer world. The poor fellow the individual has no peace of mind, buffeted by these two. The poor individual goes up and down, searching for a permanent happiness.
So this is the problem, is the BMI is not integrated. And with a disintegrated body, mind and intellect, we are searching for permanent happiness or supreme peace. Hence, even in meditation, when we try the process, we feel very frustrated because the preparation is not done to integrate. So what is the preparation? If you like, you can refer to the Gita 6th chapter, that is on Dhyan Yoga. I have just mentioned the verses here from where this preparation and other points we have taken. The first preparation is what we call as Karma Yoga. That we should be able to do our duties with commitment and selflessness. Because when I do my duty, there is no choice in that duty. And when I am able to do that duty with genuine attitude of being able to serve and give, I am integrating my heart and my head and my hands, all the three. Hence, even in the Gita, Karma Yoga chapter comes before Dhyana Yoga. Third chapter is Karma Yoga. So, to be able to do that duty is the first step. To compromise from that duty will make me compromise even in contemplation. Duty does not mean only towards people, it also means towards myself. So my duty to keep my body fit, that is going to come further. So exercise, sleep, proper food, all that is very, very important. So if a person is able to do that duty towards oneself, towards the others, if I can't find joy in that, to find joy in meditation is very tough. Many times we do our work with such grumbling attitude, complaining attitude, and then we want to feel peace in meditation. Bhagavan says very, very clearly in the Gita that if one cannot find peace in work, one will not find peace in meditation. It is not possible. And that's why the concept of doing what you love and loving what you do, both. Through this week, see if you can practice that. Try to invoke love for the work that you have. And see what is the state of mind. When that same work is done with the attitude of love, with the attitude of inspiration, leaving aside the complaints, stress, tension, all those things. So that's the first preparation. Two aspects of the Gita about this work are, one is Swadharma, doing what you love and loving what you do. And second aspect is teamwork or Yajna spirit. That can be worked with people. Most challenging it is to work with people. Whether it's in a family, in a corporate setup, anywhere. Even in a spiritual organization, anywhere. To be able to sync our differences and attachments and insistence for the goal that we are striving for. That again helps me to master my mind, overcome my likes and dislikes. So this is the first preparation. And through the week, if you can try, it would be very, very helpful. And you can see how the quality will change over a period of time of the contemplation. Second preparation is called as moderation. If I really want to have steady contemplation, there cannot be extremes in my life. Nowadays we generally live in extremes. Moderation in food. Today all the dietitians will tell you 8 meals a day or 8 times a day you have to eat something. Smaller quantity and more frequent. That's again moderation in food, yukta ahar. Not to skip the meals makes a big difference. Especially breakfast should not be skipped. And hungry stomach meditation should not be done. It is not good, not only for the body, even for the mind. Because brain consumes maximum sugar and meditation takes a lot of energy and it needs sugar. Sugar meaning not that white sugar. Fuel for the brain is sugar. Whatever food we eat, that gets converted into that sugar. So if I do hungry stomach meditation, to put efforts to focus the mind is very tough. So some basic little bit of snack or food, something has to be eaten. Moderation in food, moderation in sleep. In the introductory letter that I had sent to you yesterday, one instruction is there. If you can sleep early and get up early, it will make a big difference. Because our whole metabolism is made by the cycle of the sun. The later we sleep, later we get up, we create more difficulties. Acidity and so many problems happen. Ulcer and a lot of issues happen. So one, as much as you can, and please sleep at least 7 to 8 hours. Less duration of sleep, we will become stressed out, and then with that stressed out body to meditate will lead to more stress. So moderation in food, moderation in sleep, moderation in speech. Speech is something which is the second largest consumer of our energy. Controlled speech. Moderation in enjoyment and also in spiritual practices. So this is, I think, verse number 17 or 18 in the 6th chapter. Yukta ahara viharasya. Even the Buddha, he spoke so much about the middle path, because when he tried the extremes, his mind was not able to meditate. Then he came to that eightfold middle path. Very important. Third preparation is single pointedness. If I want to focus in the practice of contemplation, I must learn to practice single pointedness in my daily life, which means I should learn to bring my mind where the hands are. That's called integration. Which means I should avoid multitasking and do one thing at a time. These are very practical things which you can practice at home. As much you can practice this, that much better. Do one thing at a time. If you are eating, you just eat. Don't watch the TV at that time. Eat while you eat. Drive while you drive. Because a mind which is used to doing more than two things at the same time, more than one thing at the same time, in meditation also that mind will want to do that. So we cannot make that mind focused. With great willpower you may even try that for some time, but my habit is to do more than two things at the same time. So you will find the restlessness coming after some time. And one can't meditate because one is used to doing 2-3 things. And so many times in meditation also we find people becoming fidgety. So there is a mat on which they are sitting. While they are meditating, with one hand they keep on doing something with that mat. Because habitually no one is. Hence we should learn to do one thing at a time. So what are the tasks that we do simultaneously? We should introspect and identify those. I have just given a few here. Eat while you eat, drive without distraction. If not for yourself, at least for safety of everybody else, please. And Bluetooth is another distraction. One has nice Bluetooth headset and then keep driving. Exercise with attention. You may say it is so boring sometimes. But you keep walking in the same place. There's nothing to do there. So why not put on some music? That's an escape for the mind. One thing at a time. There is a lot to focus on when I am doing exercise. The movement of the body, the breath, the muscles being stretched, the rhythm, everything. There's so much to observe. So do one thing at a time. Exercise with attention. Stop notifications on your computer and phone, especially when you are doing something very important. These keep happening. Notifications keep coming. For some time. I'm not saying stop it completely. Observe modern fasting. Means in a day, at least for a few hours, be free from all gadgets. No phone, no email, no TV, nothing. Because today we have so many equipments by which we just escape. All the time. Whenever there is some free time, what do? Swamiji, now there is no free time. Somebody put a picture on Facebook the other day. There were a lot of people in that picture. There was one man and his face was circled saying, found a person looking up. Because everybody was like that. Where do we get freedom? We are escaping most of the time. Sometime in a day. First thing that we get up in a day and do, first 1 hour. Earlier we said Karagre Vasate Lakshmi Karamore Saraswati. Paramadhyeta Govinda Prabhate Karadarshanam. Now we will say what? Karagre Vasate Facebook, Karamule to WhatsApp. So first 1 hour in a day, or whenever you feel convenient. No technology, no gadgets. Last one I don't want to elaborate. I always wonder why people have big libraries in their restroom. Most unhygienic place to sit and read. So one thing at a time. So Gurudev used to give this very nice quote about this mindfulness. Never mind. You'll see it later. Leave it. Leave it. So what are 3 preparations till now? First one, doing the work selflessly with devotion and love. Second one, moderation. Third one, doing one thing at a time, single pointedness. Fourth one is where the study part of it comes. If I am able to study regularly and understand that happiness is not outside. This step, many people miss. The conviction is not there in our mind that happiness is not outside. And because we don't have that conviction, even when we are trying to contemplate, the mind keeps running. It keeps on going anywhere. It creates desires. Why? Because the conviction is happiness is outside. So I have not done my study, my reflection, and I have not transformed that knowledge into conviction that happiness is within me, it is not outside. And the moment I think happiness is outside, the mind will keep running. It will create desires, attachment, anger, fear, all that will happen only because my conviction is happiness is outside. So regular study of spiritual literature will give us that clarity and conviction, gaining which the meditation state can be achieved and the practice becomes much more effective. Otherwise I am just struggling because I don't have conviction that happiness is not outside. Through some temporary willpower I am trying to make the mind quiet, trying to get over my desires or make them suppressed. And that's why the whole personality transformation doesn't happen. So renunciation of the fancies will happen when I get clarity, when I sit and think about what I have read, and why is it that happiness is not outside? And how much I have struggled in my life so far, what have I got actually? The amount of effort that I put in, the result that I get is so temporary. And is the state of fulfillment a culmination of different temporary happiness? It is not like that. So the study will help of spiritual literature and sit and reflect on that. And the last one is, before I learn to practice contemplation, I must do introspection. Introspection is something which I must practice before I start contemplation. Because introspection will integrate this personality. And today in the practice, that is what we are going to learn. That how to introspect. Why is introspection necessary? Because when we are acting in the world, we are not aware at that time of our intentions, motives, what has influenced us, what has impacted us, why a certain emotion is rising, we don't know. We may know a few aspects, but the depth of it we don't know. And then we just let it be. So we don't understand our own emotions and our own motives and our own attitudes. So there is constantly a gap between what I am and what I want to be. That bridging of the gap can be done through this introspection. So it is not fault finding, please. Many people think introspection means I should introspect and find where did I go wrong. And we introspect only when we make a mistake or we have a bitter experience. So it is not fault finding. It is not something that I do selectively when there is an error or a mistake which I have done. It is to understand my own thoughts and feelings in their completeness, so that I can integrate both these. So how to introspect now? There are 4 steps in introspection which we are going to practice now. They are called IDNS. Introspect daily. First step is introspection. What do I mean by introspection? I must sit down quietly and just allow the events of yesterday to go through in my mind. Suppose you are doing it in the morning, then events of yesterday. If you are doing evening, events of that day. They should just march past in front of the mind. Like this. These are the events of the day. Major events which have psychological interaction. Let them, you go through them. When we are going through them, we should go through them impartially. Just like there is a march past that happens and somebody is taking a salute, that person will stand and just watch. In the same way, those instances, one has to watch that what was my motive in this instance. What was my intention? That is called detection. That I identify what were the positive intentions, what were the negative, both. Like even a simple thing, like you have come for meditation now. Are we clear about what is the intention behind this practice? I should become clear about that. And is it because I want some peace of mind? Or is it because I want to get away from my family for 1 hour? Or is it because Sunday morning there is nothing better to do? Whatever. Or anything it could be. Really I want to go deep with him. What is my intent? So through the day, the events that have happened, I am meeting somebody, I am dealing with a customer, or I am having some interaction with my family members. What has been my motive? And in that, observe both, good and the negative, both. Third one is, for the good, we compliment ourselves. For those which are negative, we must negate them ruthlessly. Weaknesses and negativity should not be justified. That in my situation, anybody else also would have done the same thing. Suppose I got angry at somebody. I may have a reason to get angry. But by itself, that is a sign that I have lost my control. I became disturbed. So I should know what is my motive there. Why did I get disturbed there? And accept that yes, this was a mistake. However provocative the other person may have been. To have peace is my choice. So if I understand and I don't justify, I admit my fault, if I feel sorry for it, I really feel bad for it, I accept it, go through that pain. If there is a pain, go through that. Don't escape from that. Many times we knowingly say something's rude, knowingly ignore somebody, knowingly hurt somebody. It will pain. Conscious spirit will be there. But we escape. So it keeps on remaining in the mind. Let it happen that I accept it. I say, yes, it was my mistake. If there is a pain, go through it. Seek forgiveness for it. That is called detecting and negating ruthlessly. Till now what is done is 50% of the work. It will get complete only with the fourth step, where I must substitute wisely. If there is anger, it must be substituted with compassion. If there is jealousy, it must be substituted with admiration. If there is greed, substitute with contentment. Lust, substitute that with love. So many of these negatives, psychologically if you see, they say very clearly that there is nothing called negative emotion. It is the positive taken to a negative direction. So the direction of it is changed, it will become that positive again. Admiration taken in a negative is the jealousy. So antidote is the coming back to admiration. Let me genuinely admire somebody. Why should I be jealous of him? Jealousy makes insecurity increase. Admiration will actually make me become like that, imbibe those qualities. So these 4 steps regularly one should practice. So today what we have discussed is the definition of meditation, benefits, the objective. Second, the preparation through the day. How much we can apply, whatever we can apply, let us try. And now the practice of introspection, which you can do for the next 7 days, sitting down specifically for a short period of time. So let's learn that. Gurudev used to say this: introspect daily, detect diligently, negate ruthlessly, substitute wisely, and grow steadily. Just like a gardener will remove the weeds, also give some manure, then the plant grows very well. So a lot of these weeds have to go out of our mind if the flowers of peace have to rise up. So let us start.